Hello, all dear teachers. Happy to meet you again. This is Veda, education consultant and NLP practitioner. Very happy to reach you again through this Miracle Maker World channel. And I'm really happy to share you that we have reached 300 subscribers in a short span. But I'm so happy that it is reaching more teachers, and every day I'm receiving calls from the teachers thanking for this all this contents. So today, in the last video, we have discussed about why in teaching, right? Maybe if some of you haven't watched the video, please make sure that go through that video first. Power of purpose in teaching. So I hope that you have all got your whys. So you all understood like why, the bigger picture of teaching. You found your goal. That's wonderful. So the second thing, as a teacher, teachers are spending most of the time in preparing their lesson plans, all these things. So many times when I talk to teachers, they say preparation, sometimes it becomes boring, sometimes it becomes a burden, right? So I thought of sharing some useful content when it comes to preparation, right? Every day you prepare, every week you prepare, right? You prepare writing lesson plans and all these things. Sometimes it becomes monotonous. So here I am going to share you some 4 important pointers. Before going to your class, you need to prepare your mind, right? There are 4 important things that we need to take into account. So the first one, I named it as the pedagogical foundation. The pedagogical foundation, that's the first key that we need to think, or in a simple way you can even put it as why this concept. So before reaching your class, or before touching your blackboard or smart board or anything, right, whatever gadget, right, before taking your class, you first need to understand, you need to set something. Like there are 3 things that you need to set in why, right? The first one is the objective setting. You need to understand like what children are going to learn from this concept, right? That's very important. Today I'm going to teach this concept. That's wonderful. Today I'm going to cover this concept. That's clear. That's amazing. But still, what children or what students are going to get from this? That's very important. I even have an abbreviation for it. It's called SWBAT. When I'm opening my note and I'm writing it, I will write SWBAT, which means students will be able to. That's the objective setting for my class. For example, if I'm a science teacher or if I'm a math teacher, whichever subject, I'm going to teach about pollution, right? So I'll put it like SWBAT, students will be able to. The first point, identify different types of pollution, differentiate the pollution, and also will understand the preventive action. What are the remedies? So this is what SWBAT. So before starting your class, teachers, please make sure that the objective is set, right? And in the pedagogical foundation, the first point is the objective setting, and the second point is anticipating friction. What is anticipating friction? In a concept or in a lesson, when you're going to teach, you will first have to anticipate which is the hardest part. So for that, you will have to understand about the students first. Okay, I'm going to teach this concept. In this concept, this particular part may become harder. So I will have to also identify different methodologies to teach that particular part. Sometimes math teachers, they know that this part is going to be a tougher one. So I'll have to redesign my teaching methodology. So that's what anticipating the friction, the difficult one. And the third part in this pedagogical thing is assessment strategy. See, assessment, I'm not talking about end of the day assessment or end of the chapter quiz. No, every concept end or every 15 minutes, you can even understand that whether students are understanding it, or whether students are learning, or whether students are going in the right direction. So this is where you can have assessments, right? So you can have some poll, digital poll, or you can even have some at the end of a concept, you can ask them questions, play some games where you can also understand the students, are they staying on the same page. That's what assessment thing. So here is the first key is done. The first key is the pedagogical thing, right? Now the second thing is material and digital readiness. So imagine that you are going for a picnic. Before going to picnic, you'll make sure that everything is ready, right? The dress and all these things are ready. Or let us talk very seriously, going to a battlefield or going to a war, people will be making sure that everything is ready. It is more important. Going to a classroom is also like getting into a battlefield, so you'll have to make sure that everything is ready. So there are three things that we need to be like taking care of it. There are many things, but three important things. The first thing is, today is a digital world, right? There are many, like we are our classroom is becoming a smart classroom. You are showing lots of resources, digital depositories are there, but technical glitch is one of a very important momentum killers. Many times I've seen many teachers, after going to class, after opening the video, it won't open, it won't play, the glitches may happen. So what you have to do before the class, you have to make sure that all the videos, is it working? Okay, this concept, I need two links to be links to open, and is the link proper, is it opening properly, or the quiz link, is it working properly? You'll have to check that, right? That's the first thing. And the second thing you need to be ready is like physical props, because there are many concepts in which you'll have to, like we talked in the previous video about different types of students. If you haven't seen that, please go and watch it. It's visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. We learned that kinesthetic people learn much by props, by physical things, right? So if you can do that, you can come prepared with those physical props. When you explain that concept, you'll have to show that, make them to feel. That's the second thing you need to do. And the third one is the analog backup. These are fancy names, but it's a very simple thing. The analog backup. What do you mean by analog backup? Always have a backup plan. So for example, I have my smart classroom, I have my Android TV, I'm opening my app, but the Wi-Fi is down now. What are you going to do? Are you going to wait for your Wi-Fi? Are you going to call the technician and make sure that he fixed the gadget first and then you continue? No, you should always have plan B. The plan B is the other things. For example, okay, if this is going fine, it's fine, but I should also have a plan B. For example, you can even have a printed worksheet as a filler. So when things go wrong, you can give the worksheet for them to engage. So this is what the second thing is, right? Preparedness, like material and digital readiness. Now we are going to talk about the third important point. It's called the stage setup. The stage setup is very important. I'll tell you, teachers, before going to a class, the stage setup is very important. We talk about sharpening the axe. We all know that story, right? Before doing that, you need to first set the stage. How to set the stage? The first one is your board architecture. No, for example, I have visited plenty of schools, many schools. That's my profession. Every day going to a different place, visiting schools. I have seen many different types of boards. I've seen it, but every boards, they'll have some kind of a classic thing. For example, the left side is meant for date, agenda, and homework, and the center, the main teaching concepts will be dealt, and the right is for some important thing. But I have seen some of the classes, they have seen even like vocabulary word. For example, it's called word wall. I've seen in the board right corner. And parking lot. This is something which impressed me a lot. Parking lot. Okay, in the right corner of the board, I've seen teacher writing parking lot. The parking lot is meant for students' question. When you ask when you are explaining a concept, if they have questions, they can even write it down in the parking lot, right? So the board architecture is very important. You have to make sure that it is ready, right? And the second thing is seating arrangement. We are least bothered about it, because in a year the seats are permanent. No, it should not be like that, right? See, there are many concepts that need to be taught. There are some concepts we need circle time to be done. There are some concepts we need a classroom to be split into two teams facing each other. So you need to even do the seating arrangement before. So you'll have to rethink about it, right? About my seating arrangement. That is very important. And many times teams activity, we have to rearrange them accordingly, right? So we have to make sure that that's the stage is set, right? And the final thing is your mental and physical priming. Your mental readiness or well-being, that's very important. So when it comes to that, I would say normally before going to class, what I normally do is, first routine. What is my first routine? When I'm walking in, when I'm entering into the classroom, what am I going to say? Or when I'm greeting the students, what am I going to greet? Or the first 5 minutes of my class, how am I going to start? This you need to check. If am I going to play a game, or am I going to sing a song? For pre-primary, they do that. So that's something very important. And the second thing is your energy management. Your energy is very important. So before going to class, you'll have to make sure that your energy is good. Hydrate yours, I mean, drink water. If at all you have flask with hot water, make sure that you drink. Make sure that if at all you want to have a snack, you can have a snack before. And always be prepared with an interesting story to start your class. So these are the four important things that you need to be ready. So let's have a small revision. The first one is your pedagogical foundation. Why? Right? In that, we talked about three things. One is objective setting. You need to understand like what students will be able to learn, that we need to do it. Anticipating friction, which is anticipating the difficult part, that I mean hard part, we need to anticipate. Assessment strategy, that is what the first point is. And in the second, material and digital readiness, we have to make sure that the materials are ready. You should always have plan B, and you should always have physical props. And the third thing, the stage setting. When it comes to stage setting, we talked about two things. One is your board architecture, and the second thing is your seating arrangements, right? And the final thing is your mental and physical priming. You need to take care of your mental well-being. Deep breathing is important before going to the classroom. Being happy is important, and you should have routine. The energy management should be, if you're going to follow this, teachers, your class is going to be an amazing experience, for not just for you, also for students. And your class will be interesting. And make sure that follow these four things, right? And let me know how this goes. And teachers, I have a small request. Many of you are watching this video. I would request you to subscribe it, and also share your comments in this channel itself. If you like this video, you can like it, but make sure that you comment on this channel itself. What is something which you like about this video, or what is there, if there is any other additional cooler thing that you're following it, please make sure that you are putting this in the channel itself. Thank you so much, amazing teachers, for listening. I'm hoping that your class will be gamified, and your preparation is going to be much more easier. And wishing you all very happy Pongal in advance. Thank you so much, all teachers.